Welcome back. It is Tuesday, July 25th, and the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way, but more importantly, it is Dinger Tuesday. We got two home run picks coming your guys' way, but it's Austin joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. A 1-2 day. We really appreciate the Blue Jays for clutching up in, I believe, the 11th inning, getting us that fifth run that we absolutely needed. Rangers Astros under 9 felt like a team total for both of the teams. That was a crazy game. Obviously, the pitchers didn't show up, and then Giants Tigers, no one first inning, started us off early with an L. Just not a great day, but 1-2, we can bounce back from that. Much better than an 0-3 day, which is what it was looking like. But like I said, it's Dinger Tuesday, Logan, and we're leading this one off with a giveaway. If both of our two guys we give out today hit a homer, we're giving away $300. Yeah, we upped it from 100 to 300. Both hit a home run. All you got to do, hit that subscribe button down below. It's 100% free, and leave a comment down below. Maybe your favorite guy to hit a home run or whatever you want. Just comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. And Logan, I'm gonna let you lead it off. We've actually been doing really well in the Dinger Tuesday plays, especially because I think last week we hit both of our plays. So we would have given out $300 if the same giveaway existed. And a couple times this season, we've both hit on the same exact Dinger Tuesday. But Logan, who are you going to go with? And then I'll give my pick right after you.
Yeah, I'm going to a guy that was in the home run derby, so we like that to start. I'm going to Luis Robert Jr. of the White Sox. I'm taking him plus 340 odds on FanDuel. Look, I really do like his matchup versus Kyle Hendricks today in like 8 plate appearances, I think it is. He has a couple home runs against him already. Kyle Hendricks, we know a pitcher susceptible to the home run ball. So I think Luis Robert Jr. stands a really good chance at getting us a home run today. He's obviously playing at home. Hopefully he gets it done. But Austin, who do you got for your dinger?
I got another guy that's also at home, and it's going to be Max Muncy of the Dodgers. At currently plus 320 on FanDuel. I actually think the best odds are both on FanDuel for this promo, but we are taking advantage of their Dinger Tuesday promo, which any home run in these two given games, you'll get $5 back if you bet $25 or more on each of these guys. So, I look at Max Muncy going up against Chris Bassett. Bassett's actually been really good at home, but he's on the road today. He's given up 15 homers on the road, 15 of his 18 on the year. And I believe of the 18 home runs, 14 of them have come versus lefties. Max Muncy is a lefty, and Max Muncy already has a homer off of Chris Bassett before. I think he has about 8 plate appearances versus him. So I think Muncy could send one into the bleachers today. I like Muncy, like Luis Robert. If both of them hit a homer, giving away $300 to someone subscribed and comment down below. But let's get into our 3 favorite picks of the day. We're going to go to another different game. I'm going to Royals and Guardians for my first pick of the day. I'm taking the over 4.5 in the first 5 innings, minus 120 on BetMGM. Now, you could go to the full game over. I don't hate it. The Royals bullpen isn't something that really wakes you up too much, but I'd rather just target the starting pitchers in this one and rely on some runs early and often, because I think that we're going to see a high-scoring game in this one. But personally, I saw a couple of books having this line at 5. Personally, I would not take it at 5. We've talked about before. That secret number always feels to be 5 when you see a lot of games ending exactly on 5 on the dot. And I don't see, taking the 5. You have the push potential at 5, which is dumb. You need 6 runs scored. So rather get at 4.5, lay a little bit of juice, maybe up to minus 135. But let's talk about why I like this one. We're going to start with the first starting pitcher. It's going to be Aaron Savali. He's going to start for the Guardians. And you look at his numbers, 2.71 ERA and a 1.08 whip. Really good numbers. His expected ERA is 3.70. And you look at his last start against Kansas City, who he faces again today. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and 9 strikeouts. He absolutely cooked them. The immediate question is, why are we targeting an over here? Why don't we just back the Guardians? Now, I'll talk about that in 1 second, but guy like Savali, like I talked about, his expected ERA 3.7. They're expecting some regression. Last year, when you saw Savali's ERA was about 4.8 last year, expected ERA was 3.8. So maybe some of that, regression is coming his way this year, but I think some regression is going to come his way today, because you look at his other props, and I always like to look at where do the books think his other props are going to end up at. You look at Savali's earned runs props in at 2.5, a number that he is under in 9 of 11 starts. You look at his hits allowed props in at 5.5, another number he's under in 9 of 11 starts. Now, would not surprise me if I go onto Twitter and I see a bunch of people taking Savali's under and those props, the earned runs and the hits allowed, because he obviously just cooked this team. But it is so hard to cook a team twice in a row. This is a Royals team that notoriously, when you get cooked once, they get cooked once and then they just come out swinging for the fences the next day and swinging early and often and counts. And sometimes against a guy like Savali, the best pitches to hit are those first couple pitches in your at bat. Obviously, they let him get into counts, get 9 strikeouts against him, which is very unusual for him. So I think they're going to actually be able to put up some runs here today. I know a lot of people are going to be on the Guardians. I don't think the Royals go out without a fight, and I think they're going to be able to get to Savali a little bit today. But more importantly, we're going to need some run support from the Guardians team. I don't expect the Royals to put up all 5. They're going to need the Guardians to do something. They're going to go up against a guy like Zach Greinke on the road, a guy we've always targeted over the last 2 years on the road. And Greinke, you look at his ERAs. I mean, At home, he's been good, but on the road, 7.42 ERA and a 1.28 whip on the road. You look at his last couple road starts, 6, 7, and 5 earned runs allowed. Now, it would be lovely if he did that again. I doubt that happens again, where he gives us a no-sweat bet, where he gives up all the runs that we need. But still, at the end of the day, in his last start versus Cleveland, they hit him around. They just could not get the timely hits. 6 innings pitched, 11 hits, and only 2 earned runs versus a Guardians team. It's very unusual. You see a guy like Greinke, or you're just a starting pitcher, give up 11 hits and still only managed to give up 2 earned runs. This was a Guardians team that squandered so many opportunities. They had bases loaded in the first inning, couldn't do anything with it. They had guys getting picked off at first. They had guys getting thrown out at home in that game. They had stranded on base, you name it. Anything that could have gone wrong back in the Guardians in that game did go wrong. But Greinke, still a guy that I like this matchup for the Guardians. He's allowing a 327 batting average on the year and a .915 OPS versus lefties. The Guardians have a list of lefties, arguably their most talented hitters that they can throw out there that are all combat lefties. Look at guys like Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor, Josh Bell, Jimenez. You got Bo Naylor. All can hit lefties and probably are in the lineup today. The guys that are going to be righties, Ahmed Rosario, he's a righty, but he's a very talented one that got 3 hits yesterday, but the rest of the Guardians really didn't show up for him. So guys like Juan and Ramirez didn't get a hit yesterday. I expect them to be more dialed in today, get those hits, get on base, and all we're asking for is a timely hit here and there, and I think they can get it done. So I like the over 4.5 in the first 5. I was honestly surprised some books had it at 5, but like I said, avoid at 5. Don't take it there. Then you need 6 runs. I don't think it's worth taking there. But I really like this over 4.5 in the first 5 innings. I think it's a good one. We're out with Zach Greinke and Aaron Savale, both to give up some runs. But Logan, where are you going for your first pick of the day?
Yeah, I'm going to a first 5 as well, and I'm taking the Nationals -0.5 on the first 5 innings run line. -110 odds on BetMGM is currently your best value. Now I need to bounce back after my trash pick yesterday. Sorry guys, woof, didn't see that coming, but I really do think this is a good bet to make. The Nationals, I think, probably win the full game money line, but the Rockies just have the better bullpen advantage. So I'm targeting the first 5 in this one. I just don't really trust the Nationals bullpen, and the Rockies bullpen has been really good as of late. You look at who's starting for the Nationals today, it's Trevor Williams. 4.38 ERA and a 1.44 whip. Those are pretty, okay numbers. I can work with that. Williams faced the Rockies earlier this year, went 5 1/3 innings pitched, only allowed 2 earned runs at Coors Field. Only one of those runs came in the first 5 innings, and that's really kind of what we're looking for here. First few times through the order, how is Trevor Williams faring versus this Rockies team? And he fared well in a very hitter-friendly ballpark. So, Williams has looked decent in his last 2 starts, only allowing 2 earned runs in 5 innings pitched to the Cubs, 1 earned run in 2 2/3 innings pitched versus the Cardinals. So you look at those 2, starts, and you're like, okay, those are numbers I can work with. I don't need Trevor Williams to go out and be perfect today. He just needs to be, serviceable. His K per 9 and hit per 9 ratios are both also lower at home. If you can avoid the walks today, we'll be in great shape. That's kind of like the thing that scares me the most about Trevor Williams. Sometimes he's just not locating, and then he's walking batters. But if he can just stay dialed in for us today, I really think this bet should cash, and it should cash because Austin Gomber's on the other side of the mound. Look. 6.18 ERA and a 1.47 whip for Austin Gomber this year. His numbers are not really good at all. A lot of people do blindly fade this guy. He's been better as of recently. He's got he's strung together several games of 2 earned runs, but in his last start he gave up 4 earned runs to the Rockies, so he's back on track. He has a terrible track record versus the Nationals though, and that's why I'm targeting this one. And look at his start earlier this year: 4 2/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs in that April matchup versus Trevor Williams. Obviously, the Nationals won that first 5 innings because Gomber hosted batting practice, and Gomber also pitched. If you go back to 2 starts ago versus the Nationals, back in 2022, Gomber pitched against the Nationals. He only went 1 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 8 earned runs. Why do I bring that one up? I was at that game. I remember watching Austin Gomber host batting practice. I was at Nationals Park. I was kind of laughing. I was like, wow. Those Nationals hitters really had his number. And if you look at, kind of full time, in 45 plate appearances, Gomber is allowing a 359 batting average to this Nationals roster. They have his number. It is pretty clear. I hope they can bring the bats today and back up all of the statistics because you know what? At the end of the day, these are just numbers. Need the athletes to go perform on the field. Look at the Nationals. They're 4th best in batting average and 4th best in OPS versus lefties this year. So they've been hitting left-handed pitching really well. Can they please hit Austin Gomber today and give us a first 5 win? I really think they should. The Nationals should be able to provide Trevor Williams with enough run support to be at least leading through, by 1 through 5 innings, because that's what we need. If they're tied, we unfortunately lose this bet, but I don't think we're losing this bet. I really do like the Nationals today in the first 5 run line. Austin, what else you got?
Yeah, so I'm going to one of the later games for the third and final pick of the video, and after we'll know the outcome of the first 2 games prior to this pick. So hopefully we're 2-0 going into this one, and let's hopefully secure the sweep. We're going to the Padres game, and I'm taking the Padres first 5 team total over 2.5 -120 on DraftKings. If I'm not mistaken, DraftKings gives out this bet. I believe PointsBet has it as well. And if you're looking for a pivot, I don't love the over 4.5 in the first 5 innings just because I don't really trust the Pirates to get up. I know they scored a ton of runs versus Yu Darvish yesterday, but Yu Darvish throws tons of strikes. Blake Snell doesn't throw strikes. So, and I don't trust the Pirates to be plate disciplined enough to just sit back like the Blue Jays did, take their walks. I don't trust the Pirates at all to put up a ton of runs this inning, this first 5 innings. So I'd rather, if you had to do a FanDuel pivot for my FanDuel bettors out there, I like the Padres plus 1.5, and I like the over 3.5 in the first 5. I think maybe the Pirates could get you 1, or you could see the Padres score 4. Hopefully that's the better case. But let's talk about why I'm on this one, and we're just going to target the starting pitcher of the Pirates. That's all I count on. I don't care how Blake Snell pitches. I just need the Padres to put up some runs against Rich Hill, who's going to start for the Pirates. Now, you look at Rich Hill, 4.84 ERA and a 1.45 whip on the year. It's been okay. I mean, he's an old pitcher. Over his last 5 starts, the wear and tear is getting to him. 6.41 ERA, a 1.69 whip, and he's allowing a 3.301 batting average over those last 5 starts. So he's clearly been struggling. Now you look at his other props, and we obviously want to take a dive into him. His earned run prop sitting at 2.5, also -140, so more juiced. But his outs prop only 15.5. So they don't expect him to go much further than 5 innings today, and so I think we're getting a little bit of value here. And you look at yesterday, Padres stunk it up. A lot of people were on Yu Darvish, whether it was to record a win or K-prop plus money line, player performance double, you name it. Padres offense didn't show up. They went a big 6 for 32, and that was .187 as a team. You looked at Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Manny Machado. They went 1 for 11 with a walk. That's just not going to cut it. Your Padres aren't going to win a lot of games when you got their 2, 3, 4 hitters not hitting the ball well. So look, at the end of the day, the Padres still managed to score 3 runs in the first 5. This is a guy in Rich Hill who did already face the Padres once this year, June 27th, went 6 innings pitched, gave up 9 hits, 4 earned runs. Padres did cash the over 2.5 in the first 5 in that game. Padres have seen him a good amount, 62 total plate appearances versus Hill, a 302 expected batting average, only a 14.5 K percentage. So look, I know Rich Hill's going to put out some base runners on base. This is a guy in Rich Hill, 10th percentile in expected batting average, 11th in expected slugging, 12th percentile in chase rate, 7th percentile whiff percentage. There will be base runners for this Padres team. Could take one swing of the bat to send into the bleachers for like a 2-3 run home run, or they could just have a hit parade against them. They probably trotted out one of their worst lineups they could have trotted out yesterday. So hopefully they give us a little bit better of a talented lineup. But at the end of the day, we're going to need Tatis, Soto, Machado. We're going to need those guys to show up. And Rich Hill sometimes is going to walk some batters, put some free base runners, and hopefully the Padres can capitalize on them. A team like the Blue Jays yesterday, a team that stinks with runners in scoring position, very similar to the Padres this year. They've been struggling, but eventually they are too talented of a team to just continuously struggle probably for all 162 games. And it's kind of now or never for the Padres. You need to string together some wins here right before the deadline is coming up in, I think, about a week. So they got to get on a hot streak here, or else we could see the Padres making some moves at the trade deadline. But either way, I like this one. I think we got some good value here. Padres first 5 team total, taking it over 2.5, -120 on DraftKings. I play that to right around -135. Don't want to lay any more juice than that. But Logan, any final thoughts? I know there's no Nerfy today, but any final thoughts before we sign out of here?
Yeah, no Nerfy, but I really do like the 3 picks we have today. Let's have another winning day. Let's get back on track. 1-2 wasn't catastrophic yesterday. We're gonna string together some wins this week.
I hope so. 2-1, 3-0 day would be absolutely beautiful. I know if you tailed our no home run parlay, we were down bad after Carlos Santana hit 2 home runs. That was comical. But if you guys want us to run it back, we will do it. It's obviously just for fun. It's the dog days of summer. We're trying to find fun things and different things to bet and see if we can make some money doing it. So I love you guys. Have a great Tuesday. Have a great Dinger Tuesday. If Luis Robert Jr. and Max Muncy come through, we're giving away $300 to someone that's subscribed to the channel and comment down below. Let's have a great Tuesday. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow for Wednesday. And Austin Logan signing out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.